We are inside the F.G. Clark Activity Center on the campus of Southern University, known as the Mini Dome. And just in a few days, it'll be rocking with the basketball season starting with the 2017-2018 season. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Powers, voice of Southern University Jaguar basketball, and we're excited right here to bring you the Jaguar basketball preview right here on Pelican Sports TV. And here today, we're going to talk to coaches of the Jaguars. And, of course, we start off with the former coach, and I know that's going to be hard for him to say, the new athletic director of Southern University, Roman Banks. And, Coach, is it going to be hard for you not to be roaming the sidelines this year after 6 years here?
Yeah, it'll be pretty difficult, but, you know, I think that the program is in good hands. So I get out the way and do my part, stay out the way and let the guys go out and do what they need to do.
How difficult was it a decision for you to take the permanent athletic director's job, then keep coaching for more years?
If you would ask me whether I thought I'd be in this position a couple of years ago, I'd say no. Basketball is a passion of mine, and so I think I actually surprised myself by making that decision. But I think that, you know, being unselfish is that it was the right decision, not only for myself, but us to have continuity and stay going forward for Southern University so we can get back in the right direction.
And right directions we're heading. You did a great job as interim athletic director with the NCAA. Obviously, record keeping was a problem here. Now you've got that straight. APR grades are now great to where now Southern basketball can now become part of the NCAA tournament as well as the SWAC tournament.
Yeah, no question about it. You know, I wanted to make sure that leaving my sport at the time, basketball, in good hands. I think that we was fortunate enough to have a lot of good seasons, and I think that we still was handicapped by not being able to go to the tournament, scholarships taken away, and I just think that my thought process was to make sure that I get that program in a good state before I left it.
Now, talking about basketball, what do we look to the future? What are ideas that you have for the basketball? First of all, the F.G. Clark has never looked better. I think Denise and her crew is doing an excellent job with signage and the painting and what have you. The court looks good. The Avery Johnson court. What do we look for in the future as far as Southern basketball?
You know, we have a lot of activities as it relates to bringing game day experience to another level. We want to continue to make our building look nice. We're adding locker room space for all our sports, and we're doing some things that we'll create a buzz. Game day, I want it to be like no other. You know, I want to bring a lot of activities, recognize a lot of groups and individual athletes and teams that have done a great job. And so we have a lot of things in our thought process as it relates to basketball. And we want to make sure when they come in here that it's a great experience.
And one of the things that you did was naming one of your assistant coaches as interim head basketball coach. Coach Morris Scott told me last night that y'all talked to the Final Four, and he was kind of taken away by that at first. What was your decision to make him the head coach?
Well, you know, a couple things go into that. With you talking about keeping our program in compliance with the NCAA. So when you change a coach, we didn't want to possibly lose student athletes where it would cause our numbers to go down. And the good job that we've been doing, it wouldn't be well because we want to meet that magical mark. And also, I just feel like that he deserves a chance. He's been loyal to Southern University. He's been loyal to this athletic department. I think that he's a bright young mind in his basketball game. He has proven himself as a recruiter, and so I think that he has all the tools, and I think that everybody deserves a chance. And so this interim stay will be his chance. And I think that he can get those guys that I thought this will be a very good team for us. He can get those guys rallying this season and make a run at a championship.
I'll be watching you from the stands to make sure you're not doing the X's and O's signs and all that stuff. Coach Roman Banks, with 2 times he has been in the NCAA tournaments, and he's won the regular season title in the SWAC here in his 6 years. When we come back, we're going to talk to someone you might not want to pick her 4th in the conference. Sandy Pugh will be right here when we come back right here as we continue to preview the Jaguar basketball show right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Winning doesn't happen overnight without a championship mindset. Come join me, head coach Morris Scott, and the SU Jags men's basketball team as we prepare for the upcoming season at the Mini Dome. Come join us. Go get your tickets today. Go Jags.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Southern Jaguars.
At Raising Cane's, we really like all things football, especially these guys. We can watch them all day long. But our one love is quality chicken finger meals. We could watch this all day long, too. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Louisiana Healthcare Connections is more than Medicaid. Whether you're trying to raise healthy kids or need health coverage for yourself, it helps to have good Louisiana folks on your side. Louisiana Healthcare Connections, connecting you to quality health care.
Nobody, Frank, nobody.
Nobody does clearance like Salisbury.
It's our disappearance clearance, and we got a deal for you.
Only Salisbury has this 2017 Ram Quad Cab for just $23,990 after finance rebate.
A 4-door full-size truck with payments you can afford.
With automatic, air-conditioned, power windows and locks, speed control, and even a hitch.
8 at this price plus 60 more at similar savings.
It's our summer clearance event and it's disappearing fast.
Only at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram
in Baton Rouge.
Buy smart.
We're suiting up with basketball right here on the campus of Southern University as we get ready for Jaguar basketball. And prognosticators, what are you thinking? Putting Sandy Pugh at number 4? Do you know that she competes for a title every time she's here, and you only get her mad when you put her at number 4? Hi. Welcome, Coach Sandy Pugh.
And we're good and mad, too.
18 years, this is 18th season. I remember when you first started. Yeah. Incredible.
Time flies, huh?
And you've done every single year, and I've told this to someone the other day, every single year your Jaguar basketball team is in contention. I mean, if it's not winning first, nobody wants to come and play you, either here at F.G. Clark Activity Center, on the road, or definitely not in the SWAC tournament. How do you keep your teams every single year competitive like that and competing for a championship?
You know, Chris, we've been really blessed. We've had outstanding coaches through here. We've had phenomenal kids. I credit the student athletes that we've had, from Winfield to Rolanda Monroe, Frederica Lewis, Brianna Green, Skylar Aubert. We've just had phenomenal student athletes, great people, excellent basketball players who buy into the system and who love Southern University and love competing for the title. You know, each and every year the former players always remind the new ones, hey, this is Southern and this is what we do. You know, so I think the kids buy into that, and we just had a lot of success, and I'm just totally grateful for the student athletes who come through this program.
And you manage the game so well. I'll sit there and watch you for Broadcasting Row and sit there how you manage a game. If you see a player that's frustrated, you'll let her sit for a little while, try to see if she can play it out. If not, then you will take her out of the game. And I think that's so, you know when to call the timeout, you know when to pull the player. Coach, you're one of the best I've ever seen, and I'm really telling you that. It's really a big compliment to you.
You're too kind. You're too kind, but I appreciate that. You know, I've had some phenomenal coaches. You know, Emma Bozeman at NACA Central was my high school coach, and you know, it's amazing because I mentioned her the other day as something that she always used to say. I said it to Brianna, but I've had some great people to, you know, mentor me and mimic behind. So I can consider my career that I can honestly say I've been extremely fortunate.
All right, now if there's anybody else but you, because I know you're all business, and everywhere you go, you're all business. You look at the scheduling where you have to go on the road at Wisconsin, at Oklahoma State, at Auburn, now at South Alabama. Now this is where I would say another coach is going to get her beach time. Daytona Beach for Bethune-Cookman and Tampa to play USF. That's a pretty tough schedule on the road, Coach.
It's a tough schedule, but, you know, we have a ton of kids from that area. So every chance and opportunity we get to go back to Florida, we definitely want to take it. So we were fortunate enough to have Bethune-Cookman come in here last year to play because they had a young lady from New Orleans. So we had to return the game. And then South Florida called, and then at the last minute, we had received a phone call from Toledo wanting to play down at West Palm. So it's a great schedule. I think the kids are going to really enjoy being in that zone. They'll get a chance to spend a lot of time with their family. Of course, we're going to take the kids to the beach. They're already asking about Disney and Busch Gardens, and you know, hopefully we'll get an opportunity to do a lot of downtime, but more importantly, get out there and play some great basketball and get some W's.
I'm looking at the top four, and they're definitely tough. Texas Southern, Grambling State picked to finish second, Alabama State at number 3. I always love that series with Southern and Alabama State.
It's always a dogfight.
Coach Lewis, just watching Coach Lewis on the sideline.
Oh, it's always a dogfight. It's going to go down to the wire whether we're playing there or here. You know, I think last year over there at their place, you know, Brianna got hurt, you know, and didn't have an opportunity to finish the game. We just felt like we had an opportunity that we missed there. So anytime we're playing them, you know, between them and Texas Southern, they've really become more of our rival than anyone. Grambling is a Johnny-come-lately, had a phenomenal season under the first-year coach last year. So this league is really top-heavy. You know, what's going to separate us is I've talked to the kids all year long, toughness. We've got to close out games. We've got to do a better job. You know, in the lane, in the paint, not putting teams on the free throw line. So it's going to be a dogfight, and it's going to be a great one. I'm hoping the fans are going to come out and support Southern women's basketball as we go into preseason and conference. You know, we kick off on the 3rd, and we have an exhibition game, so we want to come out and support that. And then, I'm sorry, the 6th. And then on the 11th, you know, we got Mobile College in here, and we're hoping the fans are going to come out, support these kids, because what they're going to see, we're going to play really fast. You know, it's going to be the fastest team that I've probably ever put on the floor. So I'm real excited about it. It's a great brand of basketball. The fans are going to really enjoy it. Brianna is playing like a monster right now. I mean, she looks phenomenal. Sky's been injured, but we're hoping to get her back this weekend. So, you know, we're going to take it one day at a time, and hopefully, you know, with this tough preseason schedule that we have right now, it's going to prepare us for conference, because, you know, the top 4 or 5 teams in our conference are just really, really good.
Coach, when you look at the scheduling the preseason, and when you look at scheduling, you know, the season right before the SWAC time, how much is too much? Do you have a measurement of that?
No, not really. You know, we like to incorporate, you know, cultural experiences along with basketball. And so whenever we travel, we want to do as much of surrounding, you know, practices in the game as possible to enrich the lives of these young ladies. So, you know, it's important that we give them every opportunity to see and go and be a part of and experience. My coaches did that for me. It's important that I do the same thing. These kids look forward to it. Like I told you, they Coach, where are we going? They know they're going somewhere. You know, anytime you travel with me, you know you're going somewhere spectacular. You're going to have a good time. But we're going to get down and grind when it comes time for basketball.
Oh, I can't wait. And you still look like you're in great basketball shape now. I bet you can beat me from three-point land.
Hey, I threaten to beat the kids every day. I was like, I'm rounding that corner, but I guarantee you I can still beat you, Brianna.
Look at you. And yes, you could.
I'm just kidding. No.
Well, we come back. Speaking of Brianna Green, we're going to talk with her and her senior season, and we're getting her ready, and we know that she's going to be a big part of this team, and we're also going to bring Coach Sandy Pugh back as we look at the upcoming season. And did she envision 18 years here? We'll talk about that right here from the F.G. Clark Activity Center on the campus of Southern University. We're previewing Southern basketball right here on Pelican Sports TV.
preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
To be a champion, it requires heart and a relentless desire to be great. Here at Jaguar Women's Basketball, we call that being Southern tough. Join us here at F.G. Clark Activity Center all season long. Tickets are on sale now for 2017-18. Go Jaguars.
Scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawings for VIP suite experiences, a deluxe limo experience, a tunnel team experience, official autographed team merchandise, and the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
What would we be without our mountains? Without the things that stand in our way, that make us better? At Coors, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. Lagered, filtered, and packaged cold. Our mountains make us who we are. Your mountains make you who you are. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
At Raising Cane's, we really like all things football, especially these guys. We can watch them all day long. But our one love is quality chicken finger meals. We could watch this all day long, too. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Welcome back, everybody, as we continue to preview Southern Jaguar basketball from inside the F.G. Clark Activity Center right here on the campus of Southern University. And we have senior forward right here, Brianna Green. And I know they call you Bree, right?
Yes.
So so it's Bree. So it's safe for TV.
It's Bree, yes.
There you go. Being from Miami, Florida, what made you decide to come here to Southern University?
I feel like, it's just a home away from home. Come to a different atmosphere where I come from, the beach areas, and now I come where it's mudslides and
right.
Different things like that. So I just wanted to experience something different out of South Florida.
And you last year you averaged 15.2 points per ball game. What is going to change now that you're a senior? What's going to change in your game this year?
I think I will have to be more vocal when it comes to my teammates, holding each other accountable, because my teammates, they hold me very much accountable. And just learning how to take criticism from my coaches and take it positively and not take it in a negative light. And just keep playing and not get mentally frustrated at all.
We're about in the area right now where you will dominate, but you also say you're not afraid to go out there and shoot a three, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Coach let me go out there from time to time.
Awesome. So how good of your percentage is if you had 5 shots from 3?
I'll give myself 3 out of 5.
Come on.
I'll give myself 3 out of 5. I have a lot of confidence within myself.
Being picked on the preseason All-SWAC team, what does that mean for you as an honor?
I think it's a very humbling experience. I don't take anything for granted. I'm very blessed to be able to receive that honor, but
at the end of the day, that's not my ultimate goal that I want to receive. My ultimate goal I want to receive is a championship.
We just talked to your coach, Sandy Pugh.
Yes.
And we told, picking her 4th in the conference, your team 4th in the conference,
yes.
you're backing a Jaguar into a corner. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
So what does that mean for you? Is it extra motivation for you and your teammates?
It is. It's very much so. And it gives Coach another reason to stay on top of us. She tells us all the time in practice, you got to pick 4th. So, they always give us a boost of energy to go extra and make sure we do more than what she's asking me.
You're going back to your home state to Florida to play basketball on the road before preseason, before SWAC season starts. I know you got to be excited about that.
I'm very excited to be able to play in front of my family and my friends, and a lot of my loved ones. They've never actually seen me play at all in my career playing basketball. So for me to be able to go home, very close to home, and for them to be able to watch me, I'm very excited.
It should be, definitely so. In the conference, obviously, what is the team that you do not want to play the most? What's always the toughest team to play in the conference?
I mean, I see everybody as competition. I don't just have one particular team or 2 particular teams that I say are very hard or that is very tough against us. Because every time we come across somebody, we always get everybody's best game. Every time they play us, it's always tough. So every team is an opponent to me. Coach always tells us that. What's life for Brianna Green after she gets out of Southern University? Well, God's willing, a pro career. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I tell my coaches all the time that I'm aiming for, and that's what I'm going for after my college career. What do you expect this season with your teammates right here? We know you're not going to finish 4th. All right, let's just get that out right now. They're not going to finish 4th. All right. No.
What do you expect from your teammates this year?
I expect my teammates to work hard, come in the gym extra hours, put in the work. And when it comes game time, just be ready when your name is called, because it could be any given moment where anything can happen, and you have to come out on the court and deliver. So I'm excited, especially for our freshmen, that's coming. I'm very excited for those girls to come out here and showcase what they have. So I'm very excited for my teammates. Now, Sandy Pugh challenged me to a free throw competition during commercial break. I took it. I got beat. She also challenged me. I said no, I'm not doing it. All right, we'll continue. In fact, we'll bring Coach Sandy Pugh back and talk about the upcoming season and a whole lot more from the F.G. Clark Activity Center as we continue to preview Southern Jaguar basketball right here on Pelican Sports TV.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
Winning doesn't happen overnight without a championship mindset. Come join me, head coach Morris Scott, and the SU Jags men's basketball team as we prepare for the upcoming season at the Mini Dome. Come join us. Go get your tickets today. Go Jags.
What would we be without our mountains? Without the things that stand in our way, that make us better? At Coors, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. Lagered, filtered, and packaged cold. Our mountains make us who we are. Your mountains make you who you are. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Southern Jaguars.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fruget today.
Louisiana Healthcare Connections is more than Medicaid. Whether you're trying to raise healthy kids or need health coverage for yourself, it helps to have good Louisiana folks on your side. Louisiana Healthcare Connections, connecting you to quality healthcare.
Nobody, Frank, nobody.
Nobody does clearance like Salisbury.
It's our disappearance clearance today. We got a deal for you.
Only Salisbury has this 2017 Ram Quad Cab for just $23,990 after finance rebate.
A 4-door full-size truck with payments you can afford.
With automatic, air-conditioned, power windows and locks, speed control, and even a hitch.
8 at this price plus 60 more at similar savings.
It's our summer clearance event and it's disappearing fast.
Only at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram
in Baton Rouge.
Buy smart.
All right, Coach just beat me from the free throw line. It wasn't even close, folks. So I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. We were at commercial break. She killed me at the free throw line, 10 for 10. She's absolutely still in playing condition, I promise you that. Coach, this year you return, as we mentioned, we just talked to Bree just a second ago, and we know how big she is, and she's incredible and what have you. I really enjoyed watching Skylar Rivera last year.
Yeah, yeah. You know, Skylar is our do everything. You know, we ask her to run the point, we ask her to score, we ask her to slash and kick, we ask her to play defense, you know, we ask her to rebound, we ask her to close out games. Sky has just been phenomenal for us in this program. Her uncle is a good friend of mine, and you know, he's always asking, how's Sky doing? Sky doing? And I'm always telling him, Sky's great.
Right, and you know another player I enjoyed watching, and she's got potential, and you could tell she was so young last year. She had spurts of just genius basketball. Sarah Blissett. Sarah Blissett was unbelievable last year.
You know, she has really come on. Sarai came to us as a freshman who really had not had that great of a, you know, development. She didn't start playing basketball until she was in the 10th grade. So just a phenomenal athlete. She's really coming around this season. We expect her to score for us in the lane. I mean, she's our toughest kid. She takes nothing from nobody. She doesn't back down. She's going to run the floor. She's catching the basketball better. You know, and I think the biggest growth in her has been her leadership. You know, over the summer we made her summer captain. And from there, she has just seemed to have just really grabbed onto that and blossomed. She does a good job with the younger kids and talking to them and talking them through, you know, whatever situation might be going on, where they might be down on themselves or whatever. Sarai is she's just blossomed into a great leader. So I think she's that X factor that a lot of people haven't factored in. You know about Sky, you know about Brianna Green, but she will come onto the scene and do some phenomenal things for us this year. We have high expectations for Sarai.
An NBA coach once said, you really can't stay anywhere after 10 years because your feet get caught in the cement. Okay, kind of get complacent. You've surpassed that now. You're going to surpass that by 8 years. Did you envision that you would be here this long here at Southern University?
You know what, when I first took the job here at Southern, I was just so excited to be back in the state of Louisiana. I have a number of family members who graduated from Southern University, and they always talk about how awesome Southern was. And it was just a great experience here, you know, and now that I'm here, I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be. You know, from the people that I work with, you know, on the men's basketball side, to the administration, to, you know, the boosters, they've just all been incredible. So it's been a wonderful experience. You know, the last 18 years have just been a truly blessing to be here and to be a part of Southern University athletics. It's just been great.
Do you use that as motivation, being picked preseason at number 4?
You know, when I talk to the kids about it, you know, most of the time these coaches are just voting the way, you know, it finished up. And, you know, Grambling had a phenomenal run at the end. Alabama State, you know, did a good job. You know, so, you know, it's, you know, it's just how the cookies crumble or how they fail, you know. So we don't worry about that. You know, no one can predict where we're going to finish. The only ones who can do that is ourselves. If we do the things that we're capable of doing, that I know we're going to do, watching this team practice, this is a different team. This is a different team from last year. We're definitely mentally tougher. We're definitely a better defensive team. We've got to work out some kinks in terms of rebounding the basketball and doing a better job of taking care of it. Because when you play fast, you know, the ball's flying all over the place. So we've got to know the ball's coming and be ready to receive it and make plays. And I think we're going to be all right.
You just back this Jaguar in a corner and look out. She's going to come out screaming. I promise you. She's going to come out clawing. When we come back, we've got a brand new coach on the Bluffs. We'll talk about Coach Scott and his new adventure here at Southern University as we continue to preview Southern basketball right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
To be a champion, it requires heart and a relentless desire to be great. Here at Jaguar Women's Basketball, we call that being Southern tough. Join us here at F.G. Clark Activity Center all season long. Tickets are on sale now for 2017-18. Go Jaguars.
The biggest scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawings for VIP suite experiences, a deluxe limo experience, a tunnel team experience, official autographed team merchandise, and the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
What would we be without our mountains? Without the things that stand in our way, that make us better? At Coors, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. Lagered, filtered, and packaged cold. Our mountains make us who we are. Your mountains make you who you are. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
At Raising Cane's, we really like all things football, especially these guys. We can watch them all day long. But our one love is quality chicken finger meals. We could watch this all day long, too. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
As we continue to preview Jaguar basketball right here on Pelican Sports TV, we're inside the F.G. Clark Activity Center, and we have a brand new coach at Southern University for men's basketball. Coach Morris Scott, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem, my man. So we were talking last night. You told me it was kind of a little shock when you were at the Final Four, and that's when Coach Banks approached you about being the men's basketball coach.
Right, and it was just kind of out of nowhere. Like we hadn't discussed it or anything like that, and just out of the blue at the Final Four, he just came to me and said, I think I'm ready to step over and just be in the administrative side, and I want you to kind of take over the program. So.
Well, that has to be, you know, a tremendous boost for you, confidence boost, because for everything so far he's touched has gone to gold. He has been a great athletic director, and for him to name you as a head coach, is that pressure or is that an honor?
Well, it's an honor and a pressure, because the pressure is that he set a standard so high, coming in and being able to, you know, be a part of that and winning right away and going to 2, you know, NCAA appearances and winning the regular season title in 6 years. That's a lot of pressure. And we've had a chance to do a lot of winning, and we won some games out of conference. We had, you know, we beat Mississippi State and Texas A&M and things like that, Tulane, Wyoming. So winning those non-conference games, that'll be a little pressure to keep that tradition going and competing and staying at a high level in conference as well.
Your off-season programming, has it changed much from him, and what are you guys doing to get your players in shape?
Well, it's similar to the same. The only thing this year we did, we cut back on the 6-mile run this year. We didn't quite go that far, and that had a lot to do with us being able to start a little earlier with the tour to the Bahamas. So I thought our guys were in shape because we was able to practice a little earlier this season over the summer to prepare for the trip.
And speaking of trips, my goodness, I'm looking at the non-conference traveling to at Illinois, Duke, at North Carolina Central, at Tulane, University of Central Florida, Iowa, and Baylor. That's a pretty big schedule.
Yeah, it's pretty big, and there's a couple of them are kind of on the same road swing. So we got a challenge ahead of us, but that's what we wanted to do, though. We wanted to make that schedule a little tougher and allow these guys to play some of the top teams in the country, so that, you know, if we're fortunate enough to make it to the NCAA tournament, it wouldn't be anything surprising to go and play against those type teams.
And how does that get them ready for the SWAC? Does that really get them prepared playing that tough competition? Duke's supposed to be the #1 team in the nation this year in basketball, playing them and then coming back and taking the Texas 2 swing to start SWAC season play in January.
Yeah, it helps out a lot just playing on the road, period, I think. I don't know if it totally just helps us for the conference, because I think the conference is what it is in itself. I think, you know, you got all 10 teams fighting, you know, to win the championship. So every night it's going to be a battle out there. The non-conference is there to help you prepare yourself and to help guys kind of get a feel for how we're going to play, especially since we got so many new guys. So with them having to play in tough games like that, hopefully they learn a lot from those games and be able to bring something once we get to conference play.
But this is a senior-laden team. I mean, you do have some seniors on this team, of course. One of the guys that you have on here we're going to be talking to here in just a moment, Jared Sam, who, by the way, is on first team preseason SWAC team as center. So what do you expect from your team this year as you play as the preseason ranked second in the conference, right behind Texas Southern? And we all know what those preseason ranks are. Throw them out of the window.
Right. Well, being ranked second, I mean, it's an honor to be ranked up there with some of the better teams in the conference. But like you say, you know, you can throw those out of the window once conference play start. We got to get out there and perform. But yeah, we're going to count on some of our seniors to step up and have big senior years for us to be pretty good. You know, like you said, Jared Sam's a first-team all-league guy. We're going to need him to perform every night like a first-team all-league guy for us to be successful. And then you got Emmanuel Shepard that started for us last year, some at the 4, and he'll be playing a lot of minutes this year. And hopefully we can get Patrick Smith to come around, a guy that kind of started earlier in last year and then played spot minutes here and there. Hopefully we can get him into a rotation where he's out there regularly and performing, because he was a pretty good junior college player 2 years ago. So he had an elbow injury where he sat out and redshirted a year. So we're looking for a lot of things from him. And, of course, Chris Thomas, a second-team all-league guy that'll be back with us. And we need him to be as good as he is on paper.
And when he's on, he's on. He is on. But sometimes his emotions kind of get the best of him. And I know that's hard to teach these younger players to kind of keep that in control. How will you do that?
Well, it'll be kind of the same. You just hope he's growing, you know, as far as, you know, him being a senior, this is his senior year. Hopefully he can control that and tame it down a little bit. But we like that aggression a little bit. We need a little fire on the team. and he brings that energy for us and take us to that next level.
What have you learned from Coach Banks as you've watched him as an assistant coach on handling a team, and how long do you think it's going to take for you to get a feel of your basketball team? How deep into the season?
It'll take a while, and the main adjustment will be as well as those guys getting familiar with my style compared to Coach Banks' style, especially the returning guys. The new guys, they're going to have to, of course, make the adjustment, but it's going to be, instead of just having a couple guys trying to make the adjustment, it'll be the whole entire team trying to make that adjustment to me. But like I said in the beginning, with us going to the Bahamas, they kind of got a feel for the tone and how we're going to play, and it'll be kind of similar, but it'll have a couple tweaks in there as well.
And what is your philosophy? Run and gun, half court?
We do a little bit of both. We get up and down some, but we also know how to play controlled basketball. We can play as fast like we did on last Wednesday against Nichols in the exhibition and score 100 points, or we can slow it down and keep it in the 50s if we need to.
Man-to-man or zone? What is your favorite?
I'm like Coach Banks. I'm a man-to-man guy.
I like that too.
Yeah, so I'm a man-to-man guy, holding everybody accountable for their particular man, and then you know where the assignments go wrong. So I'm a man-to-man guy, but I'm not afraid to play a little zone if need be.
Now, will Chris Scott, will he come off the bench, or do you think he'll be a starter?
Chris is, we're not sure yet. He's still going to try to find his way. A lot of times he's a good guy to come off the bench because he brings so much energy. Because you always want to have a boost from your bench to be able to come in and, you know, give you some scoring, still bring the energy as those starters will. So he'll possibly probably be a bench guy for us this year.
All right. What makes a difference on that as far as how can you, I mean, you say he brings a lot of energy, but it's amazing how that player can change to where, you know, you can't tell he's a bench player or he's a role player and a starting player like that. We're going to talk more about that. We're also going to talk about the upcoming home season, and you've got some big home games right here. And we'll be back with you. You ready to come back?
I'm ready to come back.
You ready to come back off the bench?
Yeah.
All right. Coach Morris says Scott right here as we continue to talk Southern basketball. We'll continue with the preview show right here. When we come back, we'll talk to one of his best players, first-team SWAC selection, Jared Sam. We'll be back right after this timeout on Pelican Sports TV.
Winning doesn't happen overnight without a championship mindset. Come join me, head coach Morris Scott, and the SU Jags men's basketball team as we prepare for the upcoming season at the Mini Dome. Come join us. Go get your tickets today. Go Jags.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. Forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Southern Jaguars. Go Jags!
At Raising Cane's, we really like all things football, especially these guys. We could watch them all day long. But our one love is quality chicken finger meals. We could watch this all day long, too. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Louisiana Healthcare Connections is more than Medicaid. Whether you're trying to raise healthy kids or need health coverage for yourself, it helps to have good Louisiana folks on your side. Louisiana Healthcare Connections, connecting you to quality healthcare.
Nobody, Frank, nobody.
Nobody does clearance like Salisbury.
It's our disappearance clearance today. We got a deal for you.
Only Salisbury has this 2017 Ram Quad Cab for just $23,990 after finance rebate.
A 4-door full-size truck with payments you can afford.
With automatic, air-conditioned, power windows and locks, speed control, and even a hitch.
8 at this price plus 60 more at similar savings.
It's our summer clearance event and it's disappearing fast.
Only at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram
in Baton Rouge.
Buy smart.
Yes, you can feel the excitement already. We're getting ready for Southern Jaguar basketball right here from the Mini Dome on the Southern's campus right here. And why not come in with senior center Jared Sam, averaged 13.6 points per ball game. Your first team All-SWAC preseason selection. I know you got to be excited about that, my man.
Oh, yes, I'm very excited. Just can't wait to get the season started, basically.
Now, I mean, it seems like your career went by so fast. I mean, already now you're a senior. I mean, is that incredible to you?
It is incredible. They did say when I get to college at that time we'll fly by. I ain't believe it at first, but look at me now. I'm a senior now. It just came by fast.
What have you? I've seen your improvement for your games since you've started here. Got frustrated early on, got in foul trouble, what have you. Last year I saw less of that. I saw you more controlled, and my goodness, when you're down in the post, nobody can stop you. There were guys double teaming you, and you were still laying it up for the shot. So as a senior this year, what's going to change for you? What do you feel your game has changed so far?
This year they let me step out a little bit more, so I'll probably be taking a little bit more mid-range jump shots. Have y'all, like the past couple years, I haven't. But I know I had to stay out of foul trouble because I know my team need me on the court and not on the bench, so I just got to keep that in my mindset too, though. So
you've worked on those 3, 4 foot shots, 5 foot, 6 foot shots?
Yes, I have.
How about 3-point shots?
Oh, no.
The conference is definitely tough, no question about that. Texas Southern, again, expected to finish first place. Southern right behind them in second place. What is your toughest team that you just simply like, when you play that team, you know you're going to get a physical basketball game?
Really, you can say Texas Southern and Alcorn and Jackson State, to be honest. All them teams is physical. Really, every team is physical, but those teams, especially physical, they all want to be at the top, and they always finish at the top like we do every year. So, you
had that feeling of an NCAA tournament 2 years ago, not last year, but the year before. Mm-hmm. You want that again, don't you?
That was an incredible feeling that year. I love to in my senior season like that again.
What's going to happen after Jared Sam when you leave Southern University?
Only time will tell.
Are you going to play basketball? Going to try to continue playing basketball?
Yeah, I'll try to continue playing basketball somewhere. Yeah.
And how do you think that playing now under a new head coach, you've been used to Roman Banks, but right there you've got Coach Scott, who's been an assistant coach for a long time under Coach Banks. So is that going to change at all, you think?
I wouldn't say it changed at all, just his position. But like I said, I've been knowing him since I got here. So basically, I always hear his mouth too louder than Coach Banks, so ain't never really changed.
So when you're coming down the court, does somebody give you a certain sign? In baseball, there's so many different signs. In football, they hold up the cards from the sideline. But when one of your teammates want to give you an alley-oop, is there something that he does to give you a sign?
It's just a little eye connection, maybe a little point up or something like that, basically. But yeah.
But so they give you a sign, you're ready to go.
Basically, I give them the sign. If I want to throw it up, I'll point it up.
What are your feelings on being first team all preseason SWAC?
It's an incredible feeling. I know last year I finished second team, but this year they got me finishing first. I really can't wait to get the season started, though.
And do you like the center position or the forward position better?
I actually like the forward position better, but whatever helps my team win, I play the position.
And shot blocking, you put it up into the upper deck when you block it, my man.
Got to.
Well, good luck this season, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, of course, senior center Jared Sam, I know he's going to have a big season this year, and he's going to be on that court for a good part of the time. not on that bench. He's a senior leader this year, and I know he's going to do a great job, and we can't wait to watch him right here at the F.G. Clark Activity Center. All right, when we come back, we'll talk more of Southern Preview basketball right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
To be a champion, it requires heart and a relentless desire to be great. Here at Jaguar Women's Basketball, we call that being Southern tough. Join us here at F.G. Clark Activity Center all season long. Tickets are on sale now for 2017-18. Go Jaguars.
The biggest scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawings for VIP suite experiences, a deluxe limo experience, a tunnel team experience, official autographed team merchandise, and the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
Winning doesn't happen overnight without a championship mindset. Come join me, head coach Morris Scott, and the SU Jags men's basketball team as we prepare for the upcoming season at the Mini Dome. Come join us. Go get your tickets today. Go Jags.
We be without our mountains, without the things that stand in our way, that make us better. At Coors, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. Lagered, filtered, and packaged cold. Our mountains make us who we are. Your mountains make you who you are. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
At Raising Cane's, we really like all things football, especially these guys. We can watch them all day long. But our one love is quality chicken finger meals. We could watch this all day long, too. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we continue to, of course, preview Southern Jaguar basketball for the 2017-2018 season inside the F.G. Clark Activity Center. First of all, Coach, it starts with Tennessee Martin on the 22nd right here on this very court.
Right, and we're excited about that game. It's always good to get an early home game out of conference against a Division I team that's pretty good, that played in postseason last year. So that'll be a good one. It'll be pretty tough, but hopefully we can get a good crowd out and support us and get behind us, and hopefully we can pull that one out.
Wiley College will be here on the 29th, and then FAMU comes in here. A little MEAC SWAC challenge a little bit.
MEAC SWAC challenge, and also my alma mater is where I graduated from, so that should be a good one as well.
All right, as far as preseason goes, you start off, well, actually SWAC season, you start off with the Texas 2 swing on the early parts of January, and then you come home, and how about the big home opener with Grambling State?
Grambling State, it's always a competitive one because that's a rivalry game for us. So we have to be ready for them. They have a new coach, and I think they got a couple new guys that are pretty talented. So we got to be ready for that one, and then we'll turn around on Monday and play against Jackson State because that's becoming a bigger rival in basketball than I think Grambling at times.
That's as it definitely so. Of course, as for Southern Jaguar basketball this year, 7 seniors on this team, so it's going to be fun. And don't forget, we need you here in the F.G. Clark Activity Center. This place rocking from the upper rafters is going to help everything out with these guys as they get ready for the season. Well, we hope you enjoy the preview for Southern Jaguar basketball, and we hope you join us again right here on Pelican Sports TV.